Welcome back to Jersey, and the riders are just awaiting the start here of the final circuit event of this Pearl Izumi Tour Series. Well, after their successful ride in the hill climb, Rafa Konda JLT are now in an unassailable position. That was their 6th-team win, and they've got a 20-point advantage over their nearest challengers. So now it's all about pride and who could win the final round. Man on the extreme left in the green jersey is John Mole. He has tidied that classification up as well. He can't be beaten.
Well, this course is 1.6 kilometres long. A headwind along the seafronts in the start and finishing area. Then is this right-hand turn and we start heading into the town of Gorey. A lot of twisting technical corners here. Gets quite narrow in places as well. And then it takes you onto a small climb. And then after the climb, there's a long descent into a sweeping hairpin, past the pits area and back through the start and finishing area. So a difficult course here in Gorey. Well, he really has ridden well, Tobin Horton, in the Tour Series yet again this year. And he makes a big effort, and over the top goes Christian House. Christian House looks as if he wants to try and split this up. He knows it's a very technical circuit. Over the top of this climb, looks round to see if there's some damage, and it looks as if there's gaps appearing everywhere.
Well, there's no hints of fatigue there. He's not carrying the legacy of tiredness from the time trial, because House stormed up the mountain and posted a very quick time. Mole comes to the head of affairs in that green jersey. Now then, is he going to try and snap up another 5 points?
Some riders from Rd10 Veloshore trying to come across this gap as it opens up towards the peloton. A big effort there by Tobin Horton and Christian House.
Well, Mole doesn't need to contest the sprint, as I said earlier. He's got a 22-point advantage, and there are only 15 on offer if he clinches the 3 first spots. But this is Peyton then in the black livery leading this one out. Is he going to get a challenge? Oh, I think House just nipped it on the line from Peyton. We'll tidy that one up when the caption confirms. But Peyton looked as though he was going to get it, but the wily skipper of the Rafa Konda JLT squad, House, may have just snapped that one up with the lunge to the line.
Tell you what, this course has decimated the field. It's nice to see Rafa Konda JLT sporting their yellow handlebar tape.
Well, House did mop up the first place ahead of Peyton. Mole was 3rd, Horton 4th and Clancy 5th. Well, we've got a group here that look as though they're distancing themselves from the peloton.
It looks as if we've got 10 riders in this leading group, led by Madison Genesis rider Tobin Horton. And he looks as if he's got a teammate in Tom Stewart.
And there's no sense of urgency here. You can see that the power being applied at the head of the peloton is nowhere near as great as the breakaway that's been led here by Clancy.
Clancy and House pushing on for the series leaders and winners, Rafa Konda JLT. But in the green jersey sporting green handlebar tape is John Mole from NFTO. Looking behind, they have collected some of the back markers already in this race.
Well, I must admit, you've got to admire these riders, the way they navigate the circuits at such high speeds. Tobin Horton on the left, fully inspired, of course, riding down here in the Channel Isles.
Just at the back of this group, 1 lap down, is Adam Blythe. A good hill climb this morning, but it doesn't look as if it's his night tonight.
Well, we just saw Clancy leading out Christian House for the 2nd sprint. Remember, House picked up 5 for crossing the line first at the conclusion of the first gallop to the line, and that's the way it finishes again. Christian House picking up another useful 5 points. So it's all about reinforcing his 2nd position to Mole. There are the rest of the positions. Peyton coming in 2nd, Mole 3rd, Stewart 4th, and Ed Clancy finishing in 5th place.
Well, Christian House and Ed Clancy still leading this group of 8. Harper for Rd10 Veloshore is just in front of these riders looking for 2nd place. So this group here will be sprinting for 3rd. But more importantly, who is going to win the team prize on the evening here in the final round in Jersey?
Well, it's certainly going to be a nail biter, and here is James Losley Williams about to be lapped. He was the crash victim, as once again it's Rafa Konda JLT on the front.
Clancy just looks behind. It leaves a bit of a gap, allowing Christian House to put some distance into the other riders. But this is the group led by Opie and Briggs coming up, and they will hear the bell lap. 1 lap to go for the group sprinting for 11th place.
But for this man, Tom Stewart, Jersey has certainly proved to be a very fruitful hunting ground. Not far to go for him now. He's going to take the right-hander that will line him up for the run to the line. And that will conclude a monumental performance. He took off with just over 3 laps to go. and the peloton, or what's left of it, have had no answer to the sheer power of this Yorkshireman. He's soloing his way to victory. He's second back-to-back, and this will be the third individual win for Madison Genesis. Just an adjustment there of the jersey, very professional. There it is, that's the victory, and it's gone to Tom Stewart. Now, what about the important points behind to decide who's going to win the team?
Well, we'll have to wait and see. Has Harper managed to stay away? Looking at this group here, there's two there from Node 4 Velisure. It looks as if they're sprinting for second place.
Yes, Harper's been absorbed, and in the closing stages, unfortunate for him. Now then, who's going to get the gallop here for second? Rally Rider on the right, that's Kaniski. Kaniski looked as though he just picked Clancy for second spot, and the Yorkshireman finishing third. Now it's all about who's coming over the line next. This is Christian House for Africana JLT, 10th in the race here today. Tennant leads the group around as we see Scully crossing the line. He's the third counting finisher for Madison Genesis. There's the winner celebrating. This is Beer Blocky coming in. He's the third counter on the Node 4 Veloshire. But this is the sprint for the bunch behind. Tennant takes it to stop other teams securing points, which could take the victory away from Madison Genesis. The winner of the final race here in Jersey, Tom Stewart, Madison Genesis. Second, Morgan Knitsky of Team Rally. The third, Ed Clancy, Rafa Honda JLT. Teammate of Stewart, Tobin Horton, coming in sixth spot.
Here we go! Yeah! 2014 Pearl Izumi champions, Rafa Honda